This is our maiden edition, but as a community, we're used to always having amazing creative sessions like this. So we are almost more as a family. For those that are joining for the first time, welcome to Pixel Sports. Pixel Sports is nothing more than what I call a creative or a design how do I put it? It's something of many colors, but something I'll call what a design series that helps creative and tech professionals who are interested in designs, especially what designers or design enthusiasts, to scale up and become better in that design what's journey. One thing that we're passionate about at Ace Creative Connect is that what we are always creating innovative method to help you grow as a creative and a tech professional. But this is one for designers, design enthusiasts, whether you're a creative or tech professional and interested in design. This is to help you scale up your design journey. That's why Pixels Pulse is a place that you always have to be. Now, for those that are just joining us for the first time, this is the maiden edition, and it's going to be a bi-monthly event, an event that will always hold twice in a month, and the next edition is holding next week. So at every episode of Pixels Pulse, we are going to be spicing up things and giving what we call 100% practical sessions that is going to help you grow as a designer. We're going to be coming up with tips and beats. We're going to come up with advices, but above all, you're going to be getting your hands dirty, practicalizing designs in various applications or various type of briefs. We believe that when you collaborate with other designers and you collaborate with your faculty to understand their design processes and you see things, is going to help you what we call expand what I call your image bank to become a better creative professional. So thank you once again for joining Pixel Sports. This is a live event. So for those of you that are going to be joining on YouTube later on, I want to make understand that this is a live event. And to be a part of this, all you need to do, or the next edition, the link is going to be dropped below. All you need to do is to sign up at www.acecreativeconnect to join one of the fastest growing online creative and tech community to always know when the next edition is going to be. For those that are joining in, are going to be watching this later on YouTube. The link is going to be put at the description of this video. So thank you once again for joining, and it's great to have you here. Vivian, I can see you here. Flora, good to have you here. Harrison Carlo, it's great to have you here. The programs manager of Ace Creative Community, and she's also going to be helping me manage the chat section. Wilma, it's good to have you here. Mr. Gabriel, I can see you. Adeogun, I see you. Joseph, I see you. So thank you so much once again for being a part of this amazing edition of Pixel Sports. Like I said, it's a bi-monthly event. The next one is going to be happening same time, 5 o'clock GMT +1 at the same location, Ace Creative Connect. Now, one of the amazing things about Ace Creative Connect is that it's the fastest creative and tech community that exists online. But beyond us existing online, for those that are joining, we also have a WhatsApp group. So Wilma is going to be dropping the link to the WhatsApp group, and we also have a Telegram group. Now, when you join this, you'll be able to collaborate where we drop the latest up-to-date information in the creative and tech ecosystem. For example, do you know that Affinity has been acquired by Canva? Yeah, these are the kind of conversations we have on the community. Above that, whenever designers have any major problem, probably with a particular brief or a particular design asset, members in the community collaborate to help that designer. Beyond that, we also post various job opportunity in the community for designers, creative professionals, UI UX professionals, graphic artists, digital marketing professionals. We post latest information that will help you grow. And beyond that, we also post latest job opportunities, both locally and globally, that will help you grow. So don't just join Ace Creative Connect, our online community, but you should also learn to join Ace Creative WhatsApp group and Telegram group. Why? Because you get to have various conversations in which you collaborate and you network with other creative and tech professionals. So are you an enthusiast who wants to switch to creative or tech, or you're a graphic artist a web designer, a software developer, a front-end and back-end developer, digital marketing professional, UI UX professional, product designer, Ace Creative Community is a place for you to be and to grow. One of the fastest growing creative and tech community in our ecosystem. Above all, I have great news for you. One of the things that is powering the community is an academy, a creative and tech academy that was created and developed and pioneered for just one purpose: to help you grow in your creative and tech journey. So are you looking forward to accelerating in your creative and tech journey? Join Ace Creative Academy. Wilma is going to be dropping the link now. For those of you that are joining via YouTube, all those links are our very platform. So we just launched a new website, www.acecreativeacademy.com. So please go to there. You're going to see various courses. We offer various courses from graphic design, web design, front-end and back-end development, UI UX, product design, and even our faculty in today's session is going to be taking a master class in art direction and digital design. That's Mr. Olamiji Bello. That's and so beyond the practical bi-monthly sessions you're going to be having with him here, you stand a chance to have an exclusive session with him at Ace Creative Academy. And if you want to hear me teach or see me teach, join us at the graphics class at Ace Creative Academy, because a lot of people come to me and say, Demola, we know you're a creative and tech professional. We find it difficult to you mentor us in the community, but we know how to teach. I only teach basically at the academy. And the beauty thing is that all our sessions are live. So we have physical classes and we have online classes, but our online classes are not pre-recorded. They are taken by industry professionals who have over 10 years in the industry, from photography to video editing to motion designs to graphic designs to data science, artificial intelligence. Yes, we have an introductory course on artificial intelligence, which is going to be taken by a master degree holder who graduated from the UK. She's going to be teaching you on, yes, I said she's going to be teaching you on data science and artificial intelligence. So if you want to grow your creative and tech journey, please visit the website and be a part of all these courses. Vilma is also going to drop her number if you want to register. The next session of courses is going to start first week in the month of June. So we're giving everybody a month to prepare. So by the first Monday in June, I want to believe that's 3rd of June, a new session is going to be commencing. So please let's ensure that we all join this session. So thank you so much for joining. My name is Demola. I am the founder of Ace Creative Academy and Ace Creative Community. But Ace Creative Academy and Community, which is a creative and tech community, has been created to help creative and tech professionals grow or become sought after and relevant in their creative and tech journey. We have various initiatives and innovative experience that help people grow in their various creative and tech journey. That's how beautiful things are for us at the academy. So please, Mr. Olamiji, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. Thank you very much. So as you all know, my name is Bello Olamiji, also known as Rebels Media, which is a small, what's it called, a growing design brand that I'm building myself, which I'm the founder. I'm also the senior art director at a digital agency here in Lagos, and I've been doing design now professionally 6 years or 8 years altogether. Yeah, and also I have the opportunity of grooming young designers, which are coming up in being better designers and navigating their way in the career. Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Beautiful. That's so amazing. Now, before you joined this call, at the beginning, I was giving people analysis because for you to be able to execute various briefs, I was asking them questions, and I'm also going to throw the questions to you, in which I was putting them on the hot spots. But everybody was trying to join that. How do you address a particular creative brief as a creative professional personally before we go into the practical sessions?
Okay. I will start from here then. I will start from my idea before starting any design brief, which is number one, which is no matter the idea my client is giving, they just want me to go in a new direction. It has been tested before, done before by someone else. So the idea, I can find it anywhere if I can do my research very well. And the second one is that no matter the brief that has been brought to me, I sort it out as a new idea. I sort it out as new. I see it as a new challenge. Those are the two first things that I put in mind. So going forward, if I have the opportunity of having a briefing section with a client, and sometimes I don't. So which sometimes I need to come up with the idea myself. I just have the brief. I need to come up with the idea myself. So I need to go on and do my research. With the help of these our new AI tools like Gemini, ChatGPT, I just upload the brief. So I let them analyze it for me. So let me have a new direction to whatever I've been doing earlier. So after having a direction, so as my normal routine that I do, I go online on websites like Pinterest, Behance, Instagram, and so on, depending on how the brief is. Sometimes I might just do Behance. Sometimes I might just do, depending on location, where the brief is coming from, and the target audience I'm using also. So to also determine the website I use. So after gathering there, I need to also read and check ideas. So I gather up my ideas from different, maybe different campaigns, different design idea that has been done before, that is directly aligned with my brief. Bring them together, form a mood board. So I form a mood board on my Illustrator. So now, two ways. If my client has a guideline already, like a brand guide, I use my idea and make it correlate with my guideline. Or if not, I use my mood board in getting the colors and also trying to sort out my arrangements. Hope you get me. So I use Adobe Illustrator to draw out my own direction. From arrangement to how positioning should look like, to okay, this is where I want my text to be, and drawing out different directions, different samples that I'll be doing. So this is how I sort out my brief whenever it's being given to me.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. Thank you so very much for these amazing insights. And I think it's basically similar to mine. Now, remember I told you guys that in the academy we train people. We always know the difference from students that do their research and do not do their research. Once again, for those that are just joining, I'm welcoming you once again to Pixels Pulse. Pixels Pulse is a design series that helps designers or design enthusiasts upskill and accelerate their design skills through practical sessions. We believe that when you collaborate with other designers and your facilitator to see various practical sessions or how design briefs are being executed, it will help you to grow in your creative and tech journey. This is a bi-monthly event. The next session is going to be holding next week, Sunday, same time, 5 p.m. GMT +1, or West African time. So please ensure that you do not miss this session. Now, based on what Mr. Olamiji shared with us earlier on while we wait for him to prepare for this amazing session, how do you go from ideation of creating brief to execution of a brief? The first thing you need to do is do what we call understand the brief, and this has to do with collaborating with your clients to understand the nitty-gritty of the brief. What is the purpose of the brief? What is the objectives? What various platform will this brief be pushed upon? Is it a digital brief or is it a brief for print? If it's for print, what are the dimensions? Are they going to be for billboard? Are they going to be for A4, A5 sizes, postal designs? All these things are very sacrosanct and are very important. Now, when you understand this, you also need to understand the brand that you're working with. What is their preferred brand colors? All those things are very important in understanding the brief. Then the next thing in which he made reference to is that what you do, what we call not beyond understanding the brief or research. You understand what are the target audience, and he said he uses AI tools like Midjourney, Adobe Firefly. He just uploads ideas, text to image of those briefs, and those particular generative artificial intelligence or generative AI will give him a visual expressions. For those of you that are not doing that, that's a plus for you. Adobe Fly, Midjourney, they are amazing, or Gemini, they are amazing applications. That's how using AI, you get what I'm saying, to enhance what your design skills. While we wait for Mr. Olamiji to get ready and share his screen, these are important things that are going to help you to get started. Now, for those of you that already signed up already, this is Ace Creative Connect, the fastest growing creative and tech community online that will help you grow in your creative and tech journey. Wilma, who is our program manager, is going to be sharing our WhatsApp group and our Telegram group for you to join the conversations beyond here. So I'm going to be handing over to Mr. Olamiji. Mr. Olamiji, have you shared your screen with us?
I'll be sharing my screen now.
All right. Okay, great. So please, if you have any questions in this conversation, please drop it on the chat session. When you drop it on the chat session, he's going to basically attend to it. Then also, we're also going to try as much as possible to get this recording available for everybody, because it's 100% practical sessions for designers and design enthusiasts to get their hands dirty and see how what creative briefs are created. Now, we've explained to you earlier in this beginning of this session how you move from what understanding the brief, you move to what we call what the research gathering. From research gathering, you move to what we call mood board. From mood board, before you're not even going to the usual creative process we're used to. So you're going to see those things play out in real time here in how Mr. Olamiji is going to execute a design brief. This is to help you grow, and it's bi-monthly. When you practice your various sessions, you can always come to Ace Creative Connect or the WhatsApp group to drop your various creatives for other creative professionals to critique. Now, on the community, we also post various job opportunities, and if you have any technical issues, come to the WhatsApp community, come to the online community, and drop your problems. Someone will always be there to attend to you. Beyond that, we have a creative and Tech Academy, which we might going to drop the website hcreativeacademy.com, where you can learn various courses. And Mr. Olamiji has a masterclass, which is for digital designs and art direction. He's going to be talking more about this before the end of the session, and Wilma is going to be dropping all the link for us. Now, for those joining via YouTube, after this live session is done and uploaded for people to practice and wait to see on YouTube, this first episode on YouTube, just look at the link below, right, and you will be able to you'll be able to join the community. Beyond that, drop your comments in the comment section. We would always attend to you based on whatever challenges you're having in executing this brief. Thank you once again, and Mr. Olamiji, over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Demola. So, welcome to the world of Photoshop. We will be taking you through the journey of whatever we are doing today. But before I start with Photoshop, I will need to explain what the project is all about. So this is the brief. Actually, I don't have it in written, but I'll explain to you. So I have an NGO that is helping the Gen Z in investing in the future. So what I mean by investing in the future is to help them see how they can grow, how they can enjoy their life now and also enjoy their life later. So this is the brief. And I was supposed to come up with a campaign idea, majorly digital campaign idea that can help in passing their message right to the target audience, which are the Gen Z. So let me move to Illustrator. So I found out that when making my research about the Gen Z, one thing that I feel like was common about the Gen Z is one, colors. One thing about their lifestyle is that it's colorful. So let me just explain this to you. So I went to my free pick. Most of you know free pick. So, and what I did there was to just type in Gen Z images. That was the first thing I did. So then I realized that one thing about them is vibe, is fun, and it's colors. So, and it's also, it has this bit of creativity in whatever they do. So these gave me the idea of, okay, how am I going to explain this creative in a more fun-filled way so it can appeal to my audience. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. So after then, I needed to go and look for ideas that blends with this creative section. So these are the ideas I got on Pinterest, as you can see them. As you can see. So, and also I'll be creating using a landscape, which is the Instagram digital lime section, which is a 1080 by 566. That was what I'll be using. So these are the idea I gathered online, which will guide me in creating my design. So again, the brand already has its color. And this was easy for me in the sense that the color itself are colorful and also they are complementary in nature. So it was easier for me to blend well with the design. So the next thing I move forward to do after gathering my idea is to sort this idea in creating my own idea. You can see the rough sketch I did by the side here. So I needed to match up this idea, create my mood board, and also from there, create my own idea from it. So the thing I did was that I needed to pick, okay, these curly lines that are here, the same thing are here also. I needed to, what's it called, make that a thing That was the direction I have here. And also, this subject that I have here, this subject is showing a form of excitement. That's the Gen Z, showing that, okay, I'm happy. And also, the copy for the campaign that was given to me is enjoy now and later. That means enjoy your present life now and also enjoy your future. That's what this copy is talking about. So I created this thing myself. So as a designer, you have to also learn a bit of copywriting whenever you are growing. So you also need to learn that. So I needed to create my own, what's it called, direction. So I built up these ideas. You can see the first one was drawing my my subject. This is my present subject, and also over here is my old subject. That is my future subject, which I got the idea from here. As you can see, this is where I got the idea from. Then I have my text like this. So I wrote my text on a straight way like this, just the way it was written on this Pepsi advert here. So that was where I was able to match up this idea and create this concept. So my second idea was matching up this guy, the way he was looking, the way his posture, then matching up these color lines. So yeah, but from this idea, this would be my subject, and my later what's it called? The future subject would be inside, what's it called? Inside these color lines. So this would be events, the future events that the subject will be experiencing, the enjoyment that the subject will be experiencing. So, and also this is where my text will be. That's the other one. And also the third idea that was created from here was this my subject. So I'm going to draw like an entrance. And this entrance, we have pictures or images of the future. And also this, and my subject will be facing the future also. The person might be sitting down or basically watching TV, and the person is seeing the future, enjoying and also enjoying the future and seeing the future. So that's where that's how these ideas were built from. But just to save time, we'll be dealing with one. So in our next class, we'll be sorting out the other using different direction. So the first direction I'll be going with is this. That's this direction. So, and I'll be using this color. So luckily for me, I was able to gather a subject that directly has these colors in mind, because this shows a bit corporate and this shows fun. So I needed to go on my on my free pick and look for image that like really blend with my with the color direction that I have, so that I don't have to do too much. So I'll open my Photoshop. So I'll be designing for I'll be designing 1080 by 5cc. That is the Instagram landscape size, and my resolution will be 100. You can use 72, but most of the time I like using 100. RGB, and I'm going to press OK. So if I'm taking this to let's say I'm using it, my designs for out of homes. That is out of home means billboard designs. I will need to change the direction. Do it to still be landscape. If I was told to do traditional, I'm going to use maybe this frame rate, which is either 16 by 9. So that can go in 1080 by 920. So, or 920 by 1080, I can change the direction. But presently now, I'm using 1080 by 5cc, which is the Instagram landscape size. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to bring in my element that I got from. I'm going to share my the exercise file so that you guys can have access to my elements. So I'm going to share my elements here. So yeah. So I'm going to drag that in. So as you can see, number one, my subject here is showing this fun, and she's enjoying herself in this moment that she is. So now what I'm trying to do is to, what's it called, blend my my elements, my subject, whatever I'm doing, with the copy. So it shows and it tells. Because in advertisement sometimes, in campaign sometimes you show and you tell. Sometimes you just tell, and sometimes you just show. But what I want to, the direction I want to go here is to show you the text and also to tell you. So that they both, what's it called, correlate. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out this. So I'm going to use the easy way of cutting out my subject. So I'm going to come to object selection. So this will automatically select my subject for me. I don't need to use the pen tool. Yes. So before I cut this out, waiting for the selection to be done. Yeah, so the selection has been done. So I need to check properly what part isn't selected, so I don't just cut out like that. So I'm going to pick my lasso tool to deselect some parts. So I'm going to press my Option or Alt key to deselect this part. Sorry. Yes, select this part. I'm going to check. So now I need to select this part inside also. So that wasn't done properly. So I just need to be quick with my selection. So quick, hold my Alt key and select yes. So I'm going to just check round my selection. So now here is not selected. So I need to, what's it called? So I can pick on my magic wand, hold my Alt key and click. So I select that. Also here, select this part, then select this part. So also most of this part might not be showing in my creative, but just to do, what's it called? Just to be safe. So look at the hand now. This part is not really selected. But if you have your time, you can use a pen tool where you can select everything properly. Just to save time, I won't be using the pen tool here. So I have to also select this part off. So I think I'm good already. So I'm going to come to my selects. Okay, sorry, I had a sound. So
for one particular reason or the other, Mr. Rebel is not online, and I'm trying to find out the particular reason why. So please just bear with us. When I show you that all these technical glitches is going to be fixed before the next class. So I only believe that he's just having a technical issues from his own end. We had done a test run, like I said earlier on, to ensure that everything was working. In fact, as I did test run, I was the one having the problem. They get joining in. I had to use another computer to join in just to test so that I don't keep him waiting. But I think in the live session, he's not the one having technical issues. So let's just wait for him to come back online, and so we can get him up on board. We can get him up on board so far on in this session. But as you can see from the session he's having is going to be basically 100% practical. So what he's trying to do is that he's trying to take you through one of his creative process in which he's going to execute a particular design. And in that design, while working with various tools on Photoshop, while working with various tools on Adobe Illustrator, you will see practical ways in which briefs are being handled. Now, the problem or the challenges that creatives and tech professionals have, especially at the beginners level, is not as they can use CorelDRAW or they can use Photoshop. Do you get what I'm saying right now? But they need to improve or scale up their design techniques, their design skills. Are you getting what I'm saying right now? what makes C. Ronaldo or Lionel Messi much more versatile than other footballers. It's not that other footballers are not good footballers, but they have what we call the extra factor. So one thing that we've respected Olamiji for over the years is that the community has posted some of his creative works and is one of the lead facilitator in the community. So we believe that what getting him on board and we are seeing his design process work, it would help us to also be able to grow, you understand, faster as designers, to also help you yourself also to grow faster as a designer. You see some of the mistakes you're making, you see some of the things that you're not doing properly in your creative process, and all
Demola,
this
can
will
you hear
help
me
you to be
now?
able to reshape. Yes, we can hear you now. Welcome back.
Okay. Sorry, I
To
had
help you
network.
reshape
Yeah.
and fine-tune yourself.
Sorry.
No problem.
Sorry about
It's totally understandable. It's totally
okay. Thank you very much.
understandable. All right, sir.
So,
Over to you.
can you see
Over
my
to
screen
you.
now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So now, as I've said, I'll be using. Let me go back. Select, come to modify, pick contract, and use 2. I'll be contracting my selection in by 2 pixels. So after then, if you're using an image that is not really sharp as this, you can go with 1 pixel so it doesn't go in too much. So I'm going to click on my layer mask. So as you can see, this part has been selected. So I need to bring this part back. So how do I do that? So I'm going to click on my layer mask, make sure my foreground is white as it is, then increase my brush and paint so that I can get that. I'm clicking on my layer mask so I can get those parts back in place. So let me reduce my brush. So yeah. So let me clean this part so we don't need the yellow. Yeah. For this part also. Sorry. Let's bring it back. So this is why you have to be conscious of whatever you are doing. So don't just be in a rush when you made your selection. And if you are working for a bigger brand, you need to scrutinize your work very well. So this is one thing we don't sometimes do as designers. We just want to get our work done and put it out. But you have to also monitor whatever you are doing. So that's quality control whenever you are designing. So you have to also put that in mind. Make sure everything is checked before you move. So now I think I'm good. I'm going to duplicate this. Reason why I duplicate my image. So I'm going to turn this to a smart object. Reason why I duplicate is because I might make mistake and I just realized when I was designing. Instead of trying to see what I can do, I just have to come back to my selection and just click again and go back. So I'm going to reduce my image here. Command T, which is my transform, and reduce my image. Command C or Control C, then Command V. So I'm going to place that in here. So Control T to place my subject. So you realize that we did this already on Illustrator, this direction. I'm following this direction first. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy this direction, Command C, then come to my Photoshop and press Command V. As smart objects, so this will just be as a guide, reduce it to the side like this. So it will guide me in what I am doing. So I'll do this like this. Then once again, I'll be bringing in my color. So as you can see, I said earlier that the color I'm using a bit correlates with the color of my subject already. So I have little work to do. And sometimes if they don't correlate and I just want them to what's it called, to be together, all I can do here is to use hue and saturation just to change some color so that they can blend in properly. So I'm going to press Ctrl V. So I'm going to bring that to the side like this. So I have them here. So I'm going to follow this direction. So I'm going to hide this, and I'm going to hide this. So the next thing to do here is to draw the curly line that I said earlier that we are going to draw. So I'm going to create a layer on top, pick my pen tool, which is P for the shortcut, make sure it is shaped, and make sure I'll use this color. I'll be using this. Let me just pick the color here. So, and I'll be using the curvature tool, but not the pen tool. I'll be using the curvature tool. And the reason why I'm using the curvature tool here is that whenever I'm drawing, I'm able to get a curve easily and faster. So that's why I'm using the curvature tool. So I don't need to start curving. When I just make a click, it gives me the curve easily. So I'll be picking the curvature tool, hide this, then create on my layer, I'll start drawing. So I just have to monitor this and start. So from here, I'll draw, come out like this, draw, sorry, let it come down a bit, and let it go up, let it come down like this. So I'll hold my Alt key to make selection, draw it like this, make that, press my Alt key and make that selection again. So that's too small. So I don't want to have that round edge, so I'm going to hold my Alt and double click like this. So I can still fine tune this to what I really want. So all I will do is to come to my selection tool here and pick direct selection tool. So because this is a shape, I can work on it. So I just have to select this part here and drag it up like this. Pick this part also, drag it up like this. So the part that is not being done properly, I just work on them and fine tune them. So I can drag this in a bit. I'm still going to put it out. So yeah, I can just drag it this to the edge. Drag it out. So, because I'm still going to make a bit of what's it called? Reduction. So now I'm going to drag this up like this. And what I'll do here again I'm going to select on my subject and tilt her a bit, let her look a bit straight. Yes, and bring her in to the side of this like this. Reduce her a bit. Bring her to the side a bit like this. Increase a bit. Yes, I think I'm good like this. So then drag, use my guide to the side. Yeah. So now, the next thing to do here, after getting my shape right, the next thing to do here is to select the background color that I want to use. So I'm going to come to my adjustment layer, pick my solid color, and I'll be using a lighter shade of black. Yes, this. A lighter shade of black like this. As my background. Then the next thing to do here is to place, now this is the present, these are enjoying now. So the next thing to do here is to place the future elements inside this curve and also make this look like it's waving around that. So that's what we are going to do now. We'll have to let this go like this. Yes. And just Ctrl T, transform to, and tilt a bit. Yes, I think I get it right here. Yes. So now the next thing to do here is to bring those images in. So I'm going to create a group for this. And I'm going to create a group for this. So I'm going to name these subjects, and I'm going to name these, and I'm going to name these lines. So now, let me bring in my images, the future images that I have, this one. So let me just bring them in one after the other. So I'm going to bring this in like this, and I'm going to reduce it inside like that. But it won't be straight like this, so I'm going to kind of tilt it the way it is. Then power clip inside the lines, inside the shape. Put it inside and power clip it inside like this. But all I'm going to do here is to now fine tune this to look okay. So I'm going to use warp tool just to warp this a bit. So I'm going to click on my Alt key just to create another section here and just drag this inside like this. Yeah. So again, use my warp tool so it doesn't look bad. So I have to just create that view. So this is just okay. This is how with our spouse, maybe with your spouse in your future, enjoying yourself. This is one. So this is another one. So I'm going to bring this in again. So power clip inside also. So I'm going to do that again, warp 2, and just warp them inside a bit. So I'm going to shift this like this. So the last one I'll be bringing in, I think that's a single one. Yeah, this. So the same way, I'm going to tilt like this, then power clip inside. Let her go down like this. So I'll reduce her a bit. So I have that. But now this is not looking like it's colored yet. So we are going to add some, what's it called, effects to give it that 3D and color feel. So we can do this in two ways. If time permits, we are going to try and do the two methods. So which of the method works for you, you can go in. But before we start, I will need to, what's it called, cut out this part. So this will be like it's coming from behind of my subject. So I'm going to create a layer mask here. And after creating the layer mask, I'm going to select my subject and go back to my layer mask. And how do I select my subject? Just hold your control key and select. And select your subject. Click on the thumbnail. It's going to select your subject. It's going to make a selection around your subject. Then I'll come to my layer mask back, pick your brush tool, and make sure my brush tool is add. And what's it called? Opacity and flow is 100. And make sure my foreground is black. So I'm going to just paint to cut this out. So I want to show that, okay, this is coming from behind my subject. So I'm going to do that now. Command D to take that away. So the next thing to do here is to create the effect. So now on top of this, I'm going to create a curve adjustment layer. So an increase. This is for light. This is where I have the light most. So I'm going to increase like this. And hide by clicking Control I, which is for invert. So I'm going to pick my brush tool. For those that are using mouse, make sure your flow is around, let's say, For this, let your flow be around 15 or 20. Anyone, you can even type it out to save your time. Then I'm going to print this around. Yeah, let's be around. So now I'm going to reduce my soft round, take it back to soft round brush. And first, so no, now I'll start painting and make sure my foreground is white by pressing X. So I'll first paint round out like this. I can increase my brush a bit. First paint round out like that. So let her have this edge like this. So again, I'm going to click on my adjustment layer, click on curve, power clip inside, and reduce it like this. Let us still just come down so that I can get that dark very well. Drag it down. Yes. Then Command I. The same way I did this, the foreground should be white. So I'm going to start painting by the side like this. Increase my brush. I hope you guys are getting what I'm doing here. So this is just to not make this line look flat. So that is the reason why I'm doing this. So the next thing I'm going to do here now this is a bit far from like inside, so I'm going to paint that part. Yeah, like it's more like the inside part. So I'm going to just paint it and leave it like that. So now at the tip here, I'm going to increase my opacity and also increase my flow. So I'll have more lighter shade around here, like this. So inside here, I'm going to create another curve adjustment layer, power clip it, and just drag up a bit, and drag this up also a bit like this. A bit like this. Command I to hide. Then I will use this just to create an impression by the side like this. So let me just take this out like this and take it back in. As you can see, the effect it's giving me. So you can still touch this. So let's move forward. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to create a casting shadow that will be on my subject. So I'm going to create a casting shadow on that. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create an adjustment layer. I'll use my cover adjustment layer, power clip it, and just reduce down like this again, and Command I to hide. So yeah, so now the next thing I'm going to do here, to start painting, you can reduce your flow, please. So around 15, 10 to 15, you can reduce your flow to that. So I'm going to start painting. A part like this will be a bit darker, as you can see. So, and this part will just be a form shadow. So now, which means take me back to this, and I'm going to increase my shadow here. I'm going to increase my shadow here. So now, so I've gotten the form that I want for this. So that the next thing to do now, according to is to bring in what's it called? Elements that will make my design pop and that will represent the target audience I'm working for. So the first thing I did here, now I'm going to group this together and name it, just say 3D curve. Let me just put it like that. And my subject. So now the next thing I will do here now is to come to my background like this and pick my lasso tool, and I will draw like a grungy part at the back. You can see the way I'm just moving my mouse like this. I'm going to draw and come back to where I started from. I'm going to right click and pick on make work path. Make sure your tolerance is around 0.5 so it doesn't give you two curved edges. So I'm going to, or smooth edges. So I'm going to press OK. So then I'm going to click on my adjustment layer and pick solid color. And I'll save this. So now what this does is that now I've created, press P and press send, enter, sorry. What is that I've created a shape that I can change the color if I'm not good with this color, sorry. So from here, I've created a shape. And also I can save this shape. Let me press P. I can save this shape. I can come to edit and come to what's it called? Define custom shape. And I'll just say, okay. Make sure before you save, you are selecting your pen tool and you're picking what's it called this. Or you can also pick your shape tool and this. Then I'll come to edit, come to select custom shape. And I'll just write my shape. So this is for next time if I want to create. So if I come to my custom shape and I come down, the shape has already been created. So I can pick it from here. So now that has been saved. So now I'm going to just drag this in a bit and transform to Command T and drag it up a bit like this. So I downloaded like a playful background from FreePic, which I'll be using. So I have the EPS version here, which is here. So I'm going to open that on Adobe Illustrator. Yes, as you can see, I have it here. So I'm going to ungroup them first. So I'm going to deselect this, ungroup again. So this is just a kind of fun and playful background. So I'm not going to use this color, so it doesn't distract my design. So I'm going to just so after selecting the part I want, I'm going to drag it out and press Command C to copy, and I'll come back to my Illustrator, Photoshop, and click like this. So before I continue, I hope you guys are getting the direction and the idea I'm using. And for those that still want to learn more with me, this is the bi-monthly course that we'll be doing every month, and it goes twice every month that I'll be doing. But if you still want to learn more about art direction and design strategy, you can apply for the ACE Creative Art Direction and Brand Strategy course, so we can get along and you can learn more. The link will be dropped on the platform so you can follow. So let's continue. So I'm going to come to my color field here. The first thing I would do is to group it. I used to tell my colleagues at work that I group just because I might want to use my design and I want to sell my design later. I feel like, okay, I need to group them so that they can be in order. Or if I'm sending it to another person to use my design, so the person can find it easier to select the elements. So more reason why I group. So I'm going to name these orange BG. So I'm going to place that, Command V, and make it a shape instead of a smart object. Command T, drag it up like this, and power clip it inside. You can see that we can't really see it because it's also taking the color of the foreground. So I'm going to change the color. I'm going to put this on and change the color to this. Sorry, not that. Color of my shape and change it to this. I can still increase this a bit, bring it down a bit, then just, what's it called, tilt it the way I tilted it then. So I'll just cue like that. So reason why I'm doing that is because there's one design principle that we know. It's called repetition. So everything that I'm doing must follow that flow. They must follow that flow. So that's why I'm using that. And also that's why I'm using this curly. I will tell you the reason why I'm trying to use that everything is a bit curvy. I'll tell you the reason why I go with that direction when we are almost through. So I'm going to reduce the saturation, the opacity, sorry. And also, I'm going to reduce the fill a bit. I'm going to reduce the fill. Like that, say yes. So we are done on that. Let me hide this back. The same thing, I'm going to bring this again, Control J, and bring it, drag it down to my normal, what's it called? Background. Power clip it inside. Let me give it the full color, back, and change this to black, not that black gray, like this. Control T, that's transform, and bring it to the side like this. So, just, yeah, I want this part to be a bit filled. So I'm going to reduce the opacity like that. So, yeah, so what I'm going to do here, reduce it a bit. Also, the fill, I'm going to make my a bit white, like that. Yeah, but not that white. So the next thing to do here, also for this my line, I don't want it to look too straight. Because it's looking too straight in my eye like this. I don't want to look too straight. And that is because my subject is covering that part. So I think I'm done with that. So I'm going to click on my curve, my subject, and this orange. I'm going to drag them inside, just put them inside a bit, like that. Yes. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to bring in my text. So I'm going to show you how I created this text. So the copy for the text itself, let me go. The copy for this is what I have done earlier. So I'm going to show you how I was called created this. So I try to use a bold and what's it called? A more funky font. And the reason why I did this was because Gen Z these days, they are bold in their expression. Are you getting me? They are not, they are bold. They want to speak, they want to be heard. So they are bold in the way they express themselves. So that is why I'm using a bold font also to represent that. So also a font kind of a feel. So that's why I'm also using these fonts. So I'm going to bring back my text. I'm going to write it back here. So let me bring back the text is Albino. So I'm going to write it enter, sorry, capital letter. Sorry, enjoy. Enjoy. Can write it together. Now, later. So I'm going to close. Sorry. I'm going to close my leading. Not tracking. I'm going to close my leading. Still working on tracking. Sorry. So I'm going to close my leading a bit. Yes. So let me still work on that. I'm going to close my leading. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to write and. A-N-D. So I really don't want to write the and in one straight way. So I want to show a kind of what's it called, font kind of a thing. So that was why I did my and like this, because I'll be changing the color in my design. So I'm going to take this here. So let's recreate this. I'm going to right click, bring this in like this. I'm going to right click, create outline. So everything is now a shape, no more a font or a text. This also, create outline also. So I'm going to reduce this like that. So now the next thing I'll do, you can see this that I created here, I'm going to recreate it. So I'm going to pick my pen tool and just draw. This is my curvature tool I'm using. So I can still adjust it to what I want. So as you can see, so I have this here. So this is my hand. I'm going to bring it here like this. But first thing I'll do is to take these two out separately, take to the side and work on them. I'm going to increase this, change this to another color. Let me pick white. Let me bring it up, reduce it. So I'm going to create a path, going to come to path and create an offset path. So the offset path I'm using is 2 points, then is meter, then the meter limit is 4. So I'm going to create this and I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to pick first, pick this guy, merge them together, pick this guy also, this one at the back, merge them together. So the next thing I'll do here is to pick this, my white guy, and select this one at the back and merge them together. So let's say this is black. Let's say this is white, sorry. This is black. You can see what I have here. So I'm going to reduce this guy here like this, inside a bit like this. I'm going to select both like this, pick my what's it called? Shape builder and delete, hold your Alt key, delete this part, hold your Alt key, delete this part. So that's how I created this. But looking at this is a bit tiny. My shapes here are a bit tiny. So all I'm going to do here is what's it called? Right click, sorry, pick this, increase this, take it up. So I can get the A perfectly. Also for the D, increase this also. So I can get, so they can, okay, this is D and this is A. So all I can do is to bring this, sorry, select these guys, put them by the side and bring this in like this. I'm going to just increase and put it by the side like this. So I have this. I can increase it again. So I'm going to bring this in like this, Command C, come to my Photoshop and press Command V. Make sure it's shape layer and make sure it's at the top. So I'm going to bring it, if I put it at this side, according to our direction, sorry, where is it? According to our direction, if I'm putting it, sorry, my text should be, let me just select it and bring it to the side here. My text should be by this side. But looking at my text is a bit, what's it called? Lost in my design here. But I don't want it to be lost because what I said earlier was to show and tell. So what I'm going to do is to bring my text to the side. So I want you to note that it's not what you are, what's it called? What the direction you've drawn out, that's how it will come out. Sometimes come out like that. Sometimes you yourself need to fine tune it for it to look what's it called. Okay. But for that. So I'm going to basically increase this. So now you can see that my text is overlapping on this guy, and I don't want it to be like that. So what I'm going to do again, delete this background that I have here. Now select these guys. Make sure on this, just turn this one to white BG. Then select both, group them, and write BG and hide it. Sorry, lock it. Hide this. Just select these guys like this and just shift them to the side. Sorry, not too much. And I can tilt her a bit to get her feeling properly. Yes, like this. And take her up. So now the same thing I will do. The same thing I will do, I'm going to unlock this. For my orange, Command T, and just do that again like that. So you just have to fine tune your work till you get the direction that you want. So now the next thing to do, this is a bit cutting out. I'm going to increase it a bit like that. So I'm going to lock. So bring back this, my text. So I'm going to clean this again. I think I have an issue there. So pick my 3D layer, which I have, Command T, drag it to where I have it here like this. Pick my subjects, select my subjects, drag them inside a bit. So now this lady is cutting out, so I'm going to bring her and bring her inside a bit like this and reduce her. I don't want her to cut out. So now I light this back. So bring back my color and change these to, this is shaped already, so I can just copy the color. Copy and just pick your color picker and pick. Yeah. I have this like that. So I said I want to change the color of this guy. And how can I do that? So these are shapes. What I'm going to do here is to click on my direct selection tool or look at my path selection tool and just click on the shape and click on this guy like this. Command C. Just click on this guy and press Command G. Automatically it copies it. So I'm going to hide it, bring it back. Click on it again. Sorry, click on it again and select it again. So for this part, I'm going to delete it and I'm going to bring this back. So these are the what is it called? Has been separated, sorry. So you can see we have this different, we have this different. So I can change this color to this color. So I'm going to select both. I'm going to just write text or copy. And what I'm going to do here is to raise it up. Now, I said, sorry, raise it up. I said there's something, there's something I'm going to adjust later. So I was saying this principle that I've been following. So I'm still going to use it on my text. So the next thing I'm going to do is to right click, Command T for transform. And I'm going to pick skew. But before skew, I'm just going to use my free transform to rotate. And I'm going to pick my skew and just skew it a bit like this. but not so much. Like that. Command T. Bring it to the side. Bring it up a bit. Yeah, like that. So the next thing again is to write the subcopy that I created myself here. So as a designer, learn copy is an addition to your work. So I'm going to draw a shape. So I'll make it sharp, make it color black, but not that black. So I can just make this 0, 0, 0. Make this around, let's see, 90. Yes. So I'm going to curve it a bit like this. And I'm going to use the same method. But before I use the same method, I'm going to write my text on it for the subcopy. So let me just, and the name of the font I'll be using here is Ezra. As you can see, I'm going to write plan. Sorry, let me change the color. So black. Plan the font now. I'm going to bring it here. So I'm going to bring back my color. I pick my yellow. Let's see if that works. So it conforms with what I've been doing earlier. So there is this consistency in whatever you are doing. You have to follow. You have to follow that consistency so your work can align properly. So as you can see, we are getting there. We just take everything inside and out like that. So you see my text also, and you see the element. So I don't want my text to be hidden. So I want it also to be seen because it's also a big element, a major, what's it called, part of this design. So I can still let's go on down here like so. I have this in the bit. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to create some fun elements. And how will I create that? Around my, what's it called? Let me take this my shape in a bit like this. So I'll be doing that on top of my BG. So I'll create that, pick my brush. I'll be using white, let my foreground be white, or yellow, sorry, I'll be using the yellow. But in this case, I'll make it a bit lighter. So I'm going to increase the brightness. It's already bright. So let me just come to my hue. and just, yeah, make it a bit. So make sure my brush hardness is 100, my opacity is 100, my flow is also 100, and my smoothness, if you are drawing with your mouse, whatever I want to do now, if you are drawing with your mouse, you can just make your smoothness, what's it called, around 30, 40, in the sense that when you just draw, it's smooth. But if I make it 0, I won't get what I want to get. I won't get that smoothness. So reason why I would say you should do around your smoothness around 40. Yes, that's what you want. So I'll reduce my brush and I'll come here and I'll draw these lines. That's too thick. I'll draw this line round R. So I have to redo that. Let me increase my brush a bit and start drawing again for this part like this. Let me first do this first. Let me do white. Make my foreground white. So then let me use white. So I'm going to create another one. I'm going to use black. For another black, come here. So I'm going to draw round out like this. Sorry, make it black. Okay, that's so. Let me just do this. Yeah. So I can just bring this and bring this closer to our hair like this. Like the Gen Z body. Let's continue, sorry. So I'm going to just draw this line like this. Let it follow through. Might not get this immediately, but you just have to try. Yeah. So I can just draw some, sorry, make that, create another one, make it white, use the brush, and just do, and just let me hide my elements. So instead of doing that, let me just do the idea box, what is it called? You can yourself just bring in element and place. But for me, I just like drawing them sometimes. So I just have to, sorry. I'm using my mouse for this. That's why it's not really straight. But if you have a tab, you can use it. I want to use my mouse. I have a tab, but I'll be using my mouse. So for those that doesn't have a tab. So let's continue. So I see I'm going to limit elements. So the next thing I'm going to do here, create another element, but make sure my brush is increased. I'll be picking this color like this, increase my brush. This is 100, still 100 as they are. And I'll increase my smoothness a bit. And I'll draw. Sorry. I just want to draw it. What's it called? Let me hide this, my line. That's too much. Let it go beneath like this. Yeah. So I'll draw another one and I'll pick my yellow. So let me hide my element. I feel okay. I'm going to draw that again so it doesn't distract the design. So this I can just bring it a bit to the side and bring this a bit to the side like this. And I can take this, my copy, I can just merge them up a bit. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to bring the brand logo that will be by the side here. So I'm going to just copy. Sorry, in our next class, I will take you through how this was designed for those that wish to know. So I'm going to place that at the top, Command V, make sure it's shaped. Take it to the side like this, make it white. Make it white. I'm going to reduce it like that. My copy, raise it up. So for the lines, for the element that I removed before, which I feel is getting a bit much, I'm going to withdraw some elements, but won't be as much as how it was before. So I'm going to create another layer inside of it. My brush, the way it is, just reduce it. Yes, yes, yeah. And for the second one, make it black. That's too much. So I'm going to bring this closer to our head like that. Then, yeah. Then for, I think, okay, for the idea icon, create another one. Make sure it's white. Your foreground is white. So I can just create that around here. It might not look like it, but just to create the what's it called. So for this one, I think I'm going to reduce my smoothness, and I'm going to draw it faster. As you can see, so I'm going to leave it like that. Just increase it, a bit. So I'm going to take this like this here. So now we are done already. We are done. So the next thing I'm going to do here, this is the logo. I'm going to give it logo. And also this, okay, these elements already. So these are going to be inside elements already. So now I'm going to combine everything together, which is the Command Shift Alt E. So I'm going to turn it to what's it called? a smart object. So I'll be using camera raw just to brighten up my design a bit so it doesn't look dull. And I'm using it for social media. So one thing I target is that when I'm designing for social media, I want my design to be bright and sharp. So I'll come to filter, camera raw, and one thing I'll first work with is my lights. My exposure can be around 0, 1, 0, I guess, yeah. Then my contrast can be around 4 or 3. I don't want the what's it called, the darkness should be coming, the shadow should be coming out. So I'll increase my saturation, sorry, my highlights. My shadow also, it won't have shadow like that. I'll increase my white. I'll reduce my bright a bit. I want the black to show. Let me reduce the shadow a bit. So now, the next thing I'll do again is to come to curve and still work with the lightning here. Increase my highlights, increase my whites, dark, increase it, then shadow, increase it. I want it to be a bit brighter. So next thing I'll do is to come to effects. Texture, I will increase. Then clarity, I will increase. You can see it's looking more clearer. So clarity, I will increase. I don't need grunge. I'm going to press OK. So this is what we have now. That's what we had before. But I don't use it 100% like that. So I'm going to reduce my, what's it called? My opacity. So around 80. Yeah. So you can see before, after. And I'm going to do that again. Control-Shift-Alt-E. So I'm going to group them together and make it raw. So this is what I will send on to the internet, as you can see. So this comes to the end of what we are creating today and end of this campaign. So for the next class, I'll be taking you through what's it called? The third or the second idea that I have in mind for this campaign. So after then, I'll be posting that on my social media so you guys can see. So I hope you guys were able to learn one or two from this session. Mr. Demola, over to you. Mr. Demola, are you there?
Oh, yeah, yes, I am. I definitely am.
Okay. I want to stop sharing my screen now. So if I have questions, they can ask. And I can put them through.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for this amazing session. I believe that we all learned a lot over, I think, throughout the whole session, we had close to like 50 people, between 40 to 50 people that joined. Sorry, I was looking for my glasses earlier on before I joined back the session. I was so engrossed with the training session, I took off my glasses at some point. All right, so thank you so very much. This is the maiden edition of this amazing session that we basically have. So hence why we just had one or two technical glitches. But please, this session continues next week, Sunday, the same time. I get what I'm saying right now, and it is a session that you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss the next available sessions that we basically have. So please, if you have any questions for him, please drop it on the chat. Okay. Yeah, just drop on the chat. When is the next class? Our next class is on the 20th. Okay, someone has already dropped that. 20th, yeah. Yes, so same time, 5 p.m. Because you are in the community, which is Ace Creative Connect, you're going to be getting a lot of messages about it and a lot of reminder. And on the 27th, which is 2 weeks time, we're having a product design 101 class also. Now, I believe that we've all had a great session for us to be here. We tried as much as possible to do what we did fast. You can see how well with this. Mr. Olamiji is going to be sharing his YouTube handle. Now, normally, this video is supposed to go live tonight. But because of the fact that at the beginning we had 1 or 2 glitches, and obviously some of the things I'm saying right now needs to be edited, this session is going to be going live by tomorrow. And you get to, I'm sorry, tomorrow morning. So once it goes live, we're going to share on Ace Creative Connect, on all our social media platforms for everybody that signed up for this particular session or you're on the Ace Creative Connect. You will be getting an email from us of his YouTube video. So it's going to be on his personal YouTube handle. Now, to follow Mr. Olamiji on social media, we might please share his social media handle. That has already been done. Okay, that has already been done. So just give us time to just do one or two little edits before we take it up because of one or two technical glitches that we basically have. So I'm just giving room for questions. So do we have any questions so far? Now, one thing we believe that most creative and tech professionals, most creative professionals, designers, graphic artists, social media managers that do designs already know how to use these tools. But all you just need to just see is just a designer, an art director like Mr. Olamiji, being in his game, crafting out a particular design. And here's why we brought out this session. We realized that what a lot of young designers needs to go to what we call advanced stage. And when you get to a level when you already know how to use the tools, one of the things that will take it to the next level is to see the experts in the fields in their own elements, sharing their various design techniques, basically. And I'm sure that in these sessions, a lot of us have learned a whole lot. You saw how to use the Max tools, how to group your layers, how to work with the camera raw to enhance your particular picture. I'm sure we've had a lot. Please, are we going to continue to have these classes like this monthly? Yes, it's a bi-monthly event that is going to run between now till the end of the year. I get what I'm saying right now. So please, you don't want to miss it. Mr. Olamiji, when are we going to be having these sessions? Is it first Sunday, second Sunday?
So actually, it ought to be second Sunday. I'm sorry, I said Sunday. Sorry, second Saturday, and the fourth Saturday. But because this is the first session, so I needed to make it, what's it called? The second and the
back to back
and the third. Yes,
exactly.
Just to prepare them. Yeah.
Exactly. So because this is the first maiden edition, we are making it back to back. But subsequently, it's going to be every second Sunday and every last Sunday of the month. So please, can we all say thank you to Mr. Olamiji? Because if a lot of us don't know, Mr. Olamiji is an art director of one of the leading agencies in Nigeria. So trust me, for us to be getting him every second and last Sunday, so he literally does some of the designs for some of the billboards you see that cuts across Nigeria. I get him in some of the out of homes, some of the campaigns that you see that goes live on social media. He's part of the brains behind it in this advertising. So to get him on board based on the workload is not going to be easy, and to get him committed for those Sundays is not going to be easy. So let's try as much as possible to ensure that what we join the session. Our vision is that when you go through all these sessions, we will be able to grow between now and the next end of the year. That's our vision for you. But it's going to take constant practice, right, Mr. Olamiji? It's going to take practice, practice, and practice. So as it's going to drop the element on the social media handle, it would also drop you the assets, a link to the assets. So please, when you download them, ensure you practice, drop it on the community. Drop it on the community. Okay, John is saying thank you. Emmanuel is saying thank you very much. So drop it on the community. So Emmanuel is saying thank you very much. Clip the same. It's powerful. Clip the same as Clip Max. Okay, power clip is the same as Clip Max. Yeah. You want to speak to that, Mr. Olamiji? Power clip
Power clip is just different English. Power clip is the same thing as Clip Max. So power clip is the same thing as what's it called, clipping mask. For those that use Corel Draw, they might see it as what's it called, power clip. But for those that are using what's it called, Photoshop, is clipping mask. So it's still the same thing. It might just be different, what's it called, different method of getting to your solution, but it's the same thing. It's just English.
All right, beautiful. Now, this session is supposed to take place from 5 to 7. We are basically on time, but we're trying as much as possible to take in questions. So, Mr. Olamiji, Taiwo Faloji is asking, he says that when working on personal projects, how do you come up with brief using charts? Do you get what I'm saying right now? How do you come up with brief using charts, basically?
Okay. So, coming up with briefs is not an issue. I would say that because it's one thing I've been doing over the years. And as you all know me, Mr. Demola can attest to that. I'm a tool of daily practice, challenging myself as per design. So I generate briefs most of the time myself. And how do I what's it called? Get briefs. Number one, I check online. They are what's it called? They are you can check 99 designs, you can get briefs from there. Or basically, you can use AI tools like Gemini and ChatGPT. You can just tell them, you can just add what's it called? An idea, and just tell them, create a brief on this idea. And most of the time, again, what I do is that I learn to research. I read more about problems. For example, there's a brief, there's what's it called I'm working on, a campaign I'm working on for a fruit juice company, whereby I needed to look at, okay, what's the problem? I needed to read about the problem online, a real problem, and started creating briefs out of the problem just to create solution. As I've always said, you as a designer, you are a problem solver. So from the problem, I'll start citing solutions. So from the solution, I'll start seeing briefs. So all I just need to do is, okay, look at ideas that have been done before, rephrase them, recreate them. From there, I get briefs. Hope that answer your question.
All right, thank you very much. So that was a good question. So basically, as a creative professional, you have to constantly challenge yourself by, if you don't have a brief from a client, you create various briefs, basically what's for yourself. So using chats to generative AI, so basically to also probably get other ideas. And nothing you can also do is that when a client gives you the brief, all you need to do basically is to take that brief, put it on Adobe Firefly, or put it on what's it called, Midjourney, or even ChatGPT if you want to try to elaborate what the brief is all about. And those particular sessions or those particular apps will sometimes generate an idea for you that will help you in your research phase. Basically, this is how to use AI to help you enhance your skills. I believe that for now, and I repeat, for now, AI will not take the jobs of designers, but it's going to be a tool to enhance our skills. For now, you get to what I'm saying right now.
Yeah,
because
even I can really say that AI has always helped me in my idea creation. If you guys know Picasso on Free Pick, most of the time I will just write, okay, give me a movie scene of this and this and that. So before I start my manipulation, I have a scene idea in my head. AI has helped me in creating before I start recreating again. So I have a direction to go. So AI is just a tool to back you up as a designer if you know how to use it better.
All right, thank you very much. And that's what Pixel Pulse is all about. Mr. Olamiji is going to walk us through some of these processes. And he told me before this call that Mr. Demola, there's some advanced things I want to teach people, but I want to first get them with something easy first. I want to ease them into the creative process. So I'm assuring you that as this session goes on, which we're going to be having our next weekend, is going to get a little bit much more technical. We're going to be bringing some of the woos, some of the wows, so get ready so much. And if you want to have a one-on-one training session with Mr. Olamiji, he takes our art direction and masterclass class. Wilma is going to be sharing that all over again. So please, let's ensure that what we register was for the class. This app is a paid class where he's going to be taking you in 4 weekends, some of the things that would help you in your creative journey. Beyond that, if you want to also learn other things, you want to be part of some of our other trainings. We have other trainings in the academy that we have other trainings in the academy. I'm trying to drop it in the chat session. We have other amazing training in the academy. Go to acecreativeacademy.com. And you get what I'm saying right now to pick any of our courses. And I'm also going to be dropping the registration page. You can also now go to Ace Creative Academy /register and just register for for our courses. When you register for our courses, right, one of our creative team is going to walk you through. You get some right now. The next stage is going to walk you through the next stage for our trainings. Now, basically, you need to understand the fact that our trainings are taken by what industry professional like Rebel, Mr. Olamiji, and even myself. I take some of the courses. People that have been doing this for years. The person handling video editing courses, one of the video editors I've edited for the likes of Ellen Paul, one of the biggest, one of the TV presenter and comedian in Nigeria, one of our shows. He has also done 1 or 2 works for Big Brother Nigeria. So we get industry best to take all these trainings. You understand what I'm saying right now? So we had to revise some of our training process. We also take data science and artificial intelligence. So be a part of it. Are you getting now? Training session commences on June 3rd. It commences first Monday in June. First Monday in June. So we're giving people a month to basically prepare. I'm trying to answer questions right now. First Monday in June, 3rd of June, and instrumental payments are available. So you have 1 month to prepare. So just go check all our courses. Are you getting that? Wilma has dropped her phone number. She's going to be attending to you. You can reach out to me personally. You understand what I'm saying right now, and we'll be able to walk you through various processes. We have fast track courses, long-term courses. All these things are things that will help you in your creative and tech work journey. So, Mr. Olamiji, as we run this session, do you have any final word for the people on the call?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Demola. So this is all I will just say to designers that have been designing earlier and those that are coming up. Like, design itself is a journey, not a destination. I used to say this. So you are not, what's it called? You can't just sit and feel like, yes, I'm good. So you have to keep on practicing. That's how you can show that you are better in whatever you do. So all I'm going to say is to keep on practicing. Keep on challenging yourself. Don't be in competition with anybody like, I want to be like this person, but be better than what you've done yesterday. That's what I'll tell you. Design is a journey, not a destination. So you have to keep on moving and keep on creating. So that's all I can say for now. Thank you.
All right, that's amazing. Be better than what you've done yesterday. So I believe that this is a very amazing place to stop. We're going to be sharing all the necessary YouTube details that you need so you can practice on your own. Our belief system is that when you attend Pixel Plus for a minimum of 6-7 months, you would not be the same designer that you are when you got started. Sure. So please, Mr. Olamiji is going to be dropping his YouTube handle at the end of this session on all our creative platforms, including Ace Creative Connect. Ensure you subscribe so you get a notification when it's going to drop. Now, if you notice that this call says Pixels Pulse episode 1, this is our maiden edition. So next week, we're going to be having episode 2. Is a live 100% practical session to help designers and design enthusiasts scale up their design skills and take their design skills to the next level. We're going to be having 2 phases of this session. The beginning, where we just have a small discussion on what will help you in your design skills. We're talking about things in the area of various types of designs, design for media, design for prints. We'll be having small conversations. Are you getting me now for 10 minutes at the beginning? Then Mr. Olamiji will not get his hand dirty on practical sessions. So you cannot afford to miss this. See you once again in the next edition of Pixels Pulse. I'm your host, Demola Adeogun, and we have our facilitator, Mr. Olamiji.
Thank you so much, Mr. Demola.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you on the next one. And as I always say, keep acing it in all you do. See you next week. Cheers.
Okay.